What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I forgot my GoPro and I'm recording on my iPhone. Today we're back here at Josh's with the Atlas that we did the Wookiee pipe on previously, and we're going to be doing a bunch of parts from B2BFAB. They've been on the channel a few times, obviously, already. And today we're doing their lift kit, some wheel spacers. We've got their end link. This is the rear shock boot saver. We've got the rear shock extensions. We've got the fender liner relocating blocks. We've got all kinds of stuff here. So we're gonna have a nice little install day. And these are going to fit onto this once everything is done. All right, so I'm not gonna do like a typical DIY video. Arno and Brandon at B2B already have that pretty squared away. So we are just going to show you the install process, give you some tips and tricks, and then of course show you the end result. All right, so far we've got the bracket and the sensor undone. I put the bolt back in there so we don't lose it. We have the end link completely removed on both sides because we are replacing them with B2Bs. We just went ahead and took off the headlight sensor bracket because we do have a new bracket that I will show you. It's gonna replace this factory one. All right, I went ahead and put on the new bracket there. That is bolted down. Next, we're gonna go ahead and start taking this apart. We're gonna get the axle bolt out, the lower control arm bolts or nuts, whatever's down there. And that is, make sure any car that has the headlight sensor, make sure you remove the arm, because when you go to drop the suspension down, you will most likely break this, and you don't want that. It's expensive. All right, we got the front passenger side suspension out here. We've got the axle up. Make sure you do that so that you don't overextend it, have a bad day. Everything is disconnected. Strut spreaders in there. Sorry for the background noise. This is a very noisy street here, but yeah, this is out. We're gonna go ahead and install the camber correcting lift kit on the top of this. We'll show you that and then we'll get it back in. All right, guys, after many struggles getting the axle back in and getting everything in at the same time. I don't know why, I always have a problem getting axles back into the damn spindles, but it's done. This is semi-tight, it's not torqued down yet. Pinch bolts back in, top bolts are in, this is hooked back up. We just have to do the end link, and that's it. We're gonna go do the other side. All right, before we move on to the driver's side, we are installing right there the new fender relocation blocks, I think is kind of what they're called. So basically what it does, you remove the factory one that's usually like right there, looks like this, it's big. You install the B2B one right there with the new nuts provided. And then once you get the fender liner back into place, you do some measuring. It's all in the instructions. You drill a hole, you put this new plug in, and it will suck in the fender liner further than the factory location. So hopefully we don't rub with the new wheels and tires. All right, guys, it's taken apart. It is taken apart, yep. Not too bad getting this out, pretty easy. And here's the strut assembly all done. These are torque to spec. If you wanted a little trick on how to do that, watch my video on the Q3. But pretty much, I put 2 bolts in here, held it with a breaker bar, and he went through and torqued all them down. Those get torqued down to like 22 foot-pound, I believe it is. The wonderful instructions that B2B includes with everything. Instruction. More instructions over here. Tells you torque specs, how to put stuff together, what to do. It's good stuff. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this into the car, hopefully without any cussing. Let's go. All right, this side is assembled. It went in way easier than the passenger side. The end links I've got hanging. We do have to jack up the spindle so that the end link will match sway bar. This is done. The block is in on this side, back behind there. We're finishing up the other side, and then we're gonna put the wheels on. Well, it rubs a little bit. You can see, yep, right back there. Rubs, and in the front, you can't really see the front. This thing looks crazy. He did the 15 mil spacers in the front because on the recommendation of Arno, the 20 mils may have made it rub even more. So we've got a little before and after, and the Raptor. Okay, we're gonna get this thing jacked up, knock it out, and get done. All right, we're slowly losing daylight, but the passenger side rear is just about done. Josh is tightening up the camber bolt. I think all the rest of the bolts are good. The reason why we're losing daylight is because we're old and slow. So this should have been done hours ago, but we're old. Just in case we actually lose daylight. Driver's side is still kind of has a jack stand over there, so it looks a little bit forward rake right now, but this is crazy. And there is zero room in there. like none. All right, we're on to the driver's side, last corner. First, you're gonna take off this lower shield. It's two 10mm bolts underneath, and up top, there are two plastic clips. You pop those out, and then you slide the shield out of the way. Next, 13mm on the end link, 18mm on the shock bolts, 18mm on the spindle bolts. Remove all of those bolts. Then mark your camber bolt and loosen it, but don't remove it. And then with the jack underneath the control arm, slowly lower it down so the spring doesn't shoot out and hit you in the face. Once all this is out, we're gonna get the two 16s right up there, pull the shock out. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. And just like that, it's dark, and we're done. Somehow my install videos always end up in the dark. Again, sorry for the lighting, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. And a big shout out to B2BFAB for hooking it up as always and making it super easy to install their stuff.